Hello, chat room. Welcome to the stream. I'm in a really good mood today for some reason. I don't know. Everything's going good as of recent. We got stream today. I gotta cover 3 episodes because I missed last week. I was out of state, so I didn't get a chance to do a stream last week. So I was gonna do 2 episodes, but accidentally uploaded or published the test. I can show you how that happened. I know exactly how that happened, and it was literally me like not clicking one button. I hope you'll forget to set videos to patrons only more. Yeah, but the problem is the patrons pay the bills. The patrons are like... They're the reason that I can upload these and not have to worry about, like, copyright. If they get, like, copyright claim that I can't run ads on them. And I can still make money on... I don't know. Money is good. I don't want to cheat the patrons. How long does it take to make a gemology video? The last time I timed it... from like start to finish was it was like 5 hours. It takes more than that now because the videos have been getting longer. So it probably takes, I don't know, I work on and off for like a few days because I have work and stuff now. During the summer I would just crank a whole video out in like a day. Did I accidentally upload it as public? I can show you. I'll show you in a minute. But right now I'm gonna get Blender set up. What episodes do we have to cover? We have to cover Alone Together, which I'm gonna do first. We have to do Warp Tour, and then the test. Which maybe, if anyone still is doing the test, needs to take the test, you may get some answers out of me. Though I will say that, like, the essay section is gonna be, like, the important part, you know? Does job pay the bills? Yeah, job pays most of the bills, and then the problem is the job doesn't pay 100% of the bills, so YouTube has been really good for me. I don't have to work 2 jobs, you know? Oh, the test is the final grade. The test just decides if you get... What is it? It's going to be the $50 tier, which doesn't exist yet, for a year. What's 50 times 12? It's a fuckload is what it is. It's like $600 worth of patronship. Let me get Blender set up. Also, I have soda. We're going to do soda review in a sec. Let me get this freaking thing set up. So I was out of state last week. I didn't stream because I was out of state. My mom had to go to a funeral in a different, like, it was like a 3-hour drive out of there. And I was like, okay, I'll go with just to get out of the house, you know. And we went to, is anyone in the Midwest here, if they've driven on Highway 20, there's a town on in Iowa called Dubuque, and we kind of hung out there. It was pretty cool. It's a really neat city. It's really cool to drive around in, and I found this really good Asian restaurant that has ramen, and it was so fucking good. It's like the only ramen restaurant that I've ever been to in Iowa. Sorry, I can't like talk and do this at the same time. I don't know what I'm doing. You got a Fanta today? It's got a picture of Freddy Fazbear on it. I got an energy drink with, like, the Cubs logo on it. That was kind of weird. It was a pretty bad energy drink. I've grown to not I've grown to be really picky about energy drinks as of recent. I started drinking coffee more, and I think I've been turned off of energy drinks mostly. Okay, I'm gonna do soda review. Ready? Camera, come on. Hello, welcome to the camera. That's the wrong camera. That's my frickin'... Hello? That's my VR headset. You can see my hand back here. How the hell do I fix this? You can see all my wiring. Oh, wait. I'm gonna leave that on. That's funny. I'm not leave it on the whole time, but where's my other camera? Why is the other camera not here? What is going on? I got 3 monitors. It's this camera. You can see it in the fucking thing. Why? This is plugged in. Why is it not showing up on my computer? This is wild. Wire reveal. Hell yeah. Foot socks reveal. You ain't getting my feet that easily. I got socks on at all times. Okay, let me see if I'm gonna go under my freaking computer and see if there's a goddamn unplugged cable or something. Plug this in a different outlet. Maybe it's not a good idea to go like unplugging shit while the stream is running, but like, you know, you gotta do it. This a face reveal? Yeah, I'm revealing my face for the first time ever. Okay. Now the other camera is showing up. Will it work is the question. It's still getting the Valve Index camera for some reason. That's weird. Okay. Huh. I don't know how to fix that, chat. I'm gonna take a picture of it with my phone and like post it in Discord just so you can see what the soda looks like. It's really neat. This is a freeze mix, carbonated lemon and mint. I've been excited to try this one. I'm just gonna fucking take a picture of it and like put it in OBS or something. VR soda review. Oh, should I just do it that way? Oh, that would be awesome actually. Hold on. I can't see anything. Okay, you'll get to see how like disgusting my desk is. Ready? You get to see this from my point of view. This is gonna be fucking awesome. Okay. This is... Oh, wait, it's frozen now. What the hell? Oh. No. Oh, shit. Look, it's VR mode. Hell yeah. This is what the soda looks like. This is crazy. Okay, freeze, lemon, and mint. It's from, I think it's from France. It's like pushing my glasses off. This is... You can see my triple monitor bullshit going on. God damn it. This is not how the VR headset is supposed to work. This is... Okay, how do you open this thing? You just lift it? Oh, neat. Oh, shit, I just got it all over myself. Okay, we're gonna try this. It smells mint. It smells not like minty, like mint gum or like a frickin', like a lifesaver or whatever. It smells like a mint plant. I'm gonna taste it. It's pretty good. It's more lemon tasting, but it smells minty. That's kind of neat. Okay. This is a neat office. Yeah, neat. Okay, this camera. This was the weirdest soda review I've done, I think. Okay. Ugh, I'm putting the VR headset back. Good start to a stream. Okay, not the weirdest technical difficulties I've had during a stream, but it was fun. It turned into something fun. Like I said, I was in a good mood. Nothing's bothering me. Even okay, I'll talk about the weird, like, random accidental release of the video as soon as I get this window open. So I the video, I upload the videos a week early. They go on I finish them a week early and then they go on Patreon. The reason I finish them early, I started finishing them before that because on YouTube, every video, every episode of Gemology gets claimed because it's like an anti-piracy thing. So I uploaded it early and usually just schedule it so it can go through like the copyright process and clear out before they go live, which usually it happens in a day, but the maximum is 7 days. What do you call it? This music is a little loud on my end, by the way. So I upload those a week early, and then they go live, they get scheduled, and then I set it to premiere on Wednesdays usually. So I guess I set that. Let's actually look at how that uploads. This is the... I can show you exactly what happened. Oh, wait. My camera's working now? Why is it enabled on here? What the hell? I don't have a camera source on this. Oh, I do. Whatever. Fuck it. So if I went here, if I wanted to set this to be... I wanted to schedule it, right? If I set it from private to public and then I click done, I set that, it was the correct date, and I didn't click save in the top. And then it just went live because I forgot to hit save. That's the whole thing that happened. That's it. And then I can undo it. Okay. Yeah, very, very bizarre, very simple mistake that I made. I don't know why you have to click save an extra time for it to actually work, but... yeah, that's it. That's why, and the default is like midnight the next day. It's kind of strange. But, okay, so the most, like, upset that I got, I was, like, really freaking out in the morning because I woke up and my phone had, like, 70 notifications of people, like, DMing me, like, hey, this Gemology came out, was that intentional? And it, like, didn't have a thumbnail and everything. And I think that's what I conceded that, like, oh, everyone's, like, fine with it. Everyone likes a new Gemology. There's no reason for me to be upset at something like that. You know, so... But I was a little bit upset that, like, for the first few hours, it had no thumbnail. That's all I am upset about at this point. So that being said, on YouTube, there will not be a new... Patreon schedule will remain the same. There will not be a new episode on Wednesday on YouTube. Because that episode was supposed to come out on Wednesday. We're doing Alone Together first. I don't even know. I just picked Kirby music. I've never played a Kirby game. I'll be totally honest. I've never played a Kirby game. I just like Kirby music. It's like accidentally showing a cake before it's got the top decoration. Yeah, it's a little bit like that. At least the video was totally finished. I've uploaded a video before and it was just audio somehow. This was long time ago. Only OGs remember that one. I think it's still unlisted on my channel. Just the audio one. No, I think I deleted it. Never mind. Alone Together. Yeah, we're gonna take out a joint loan to buy a house. Now kiss! What do you think? How many duplicate organs does Stevani have? I've decided Stevani has at least some form of duplicate organs because, you know, every other fusion seems to have duplicates of something. You gotta have something duplicate on Stevani. Genitals? Don't bring up genitals. We're not talking about genitals in this video, in this stream. I want to believe they have 2 hearts. Yeah, I think 2 hearts is fun. 2 livers? Yeah, Stevani can just drink poison. It'll be fine. Two minds? Well, no. Stevani is one... She's... They... She... Stevani looks like a woman to me. I can't help that. One mind, but also 2 minds. They're not one person. They're not 2 people. Their eyes are 2 different eyes fused together. That's why they're so tall. What happens? What would happen if Stevani donated an organ? Do you think if, like, they were given anesthetic that they would unfuse? I think it's the hip. The hips and waist is very, very woman-looking to me. I don't know. From, like, the face... Face and hair is, like, I don't know. Could go either way. You're right about hips. 4 lungs. If they donate an organ, it would remove exactly half of that organ from both Steven and Connie. Isn't, like, the human liver... You can, like, cut a little piece out of a human liver and, like, grow a whole new liver from it, right? Is that a thing? Am I wrong? I've seen Stevani asleep before, so I don't think being unconscious would cause them to unfuse. I still think it would, like, anesthetic, you know, forcing them into, like, a sleep would do that. Oh, Jesus. I still have drainage from that cold I had, like, 2 weeks ago. I have, like, gunk in my chest. That's pretty much it. Also, Stevani's fucking huge. Compared to, like, Pearl is kind of tall, you know? I mean, in real life, I'm probably taller than Pearl, but, maybe not... I don't know. Maybe I would come up to Stevani's height. They just make them look, like, really tall. Also, the fucking scale in this show is all sorts of fucked up, so I can't even talk about how tall characters are at all. I think Steven, if they drank alcohol and then unfused, I think Steven and Connie would be, like, double drunk. Like, twice as much as they would have been. Because they're, like, children, right? Like, their body mass is too low. So excited for On the Run. We are getting really close. So the next episode is Future Vision. Which, oh boy, do I have some things to say about Future Vision. Not the episode, but the power. That is the last episode of Crystal Sins that ever came out. So going forward after that, everything will be, like, totally new. Me talking about. I think Future Vision, I'll say it now, I think Future Vision, the episode, is fine. I think Future Vision, the power, is total garbage. Because it's like, oh, it works this time, but it doesn't work this time. I don't know. It's very, very bizarrely set up. Rip Crystal Sins. Future Vision is like advanced pattern recognition, then yeah, just be a fucking pattern recognition. Make it, or like the best Future Vision or like future sense in any media is like Spider-Man Spidey sense, you know? Like an immediate thing is gonna happen and you can like sense it. You have like a vague feeling that something's gonna happen. How they did it in Spider-Verse is some of the best. Clairvoyance is not a good future vision because it's like, well, is free will real? I mean, in Garnet's case, yes, but I don't know. This frame fucks with me because I can zoom it in and out as much as I want, and it's just like black. I didn't realize how like actually pitch black Garnet's hair is. Yeah, future vision and time travel are like they're pits that are really, if you go into it and you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna fuck it up. I tried to, when I was a little kid, I was like, I want to write a time travel story. I was like 12 or something. And I realized, that's when I realized I became better at writing by realizing that this is bullshit. This would never work because, like, if you can time travel, then, like, what's stopping you from just, like, doing anything? Hold on, I'm gonna blow... Again, I still have drainage. I'm gonna mute real quick and blow my nose. One moment. I'm back. Garnet looks like Kingpin in this frame? Yeah, a little bit. I talk about Spider-Verse, so I do have that in... I do have that in people's brains. This scene is really nice. I think this is one of the best looking shots or scenes in the entirety of Season 1. If I'm not adding a... I think the best, like, time travel superpower is, like, it's again, like, a clairvoyance or, like, a rewind 15 seconds kind of superpower. And it's got to be, like, super limited. You can't just have a fucking time machine that can take you to any time. If the story is, like, you know... What's the cartoon? No, it's not Rocky and Bullwinkle, but it aired with Rocky and Bullwinkle. Mr. Peabody and Sherman, where, like, the whole thing is they're going back in time and, like, learning about shit. That's cool. That's a cool story. Also, okay, so this has bugged me. I only mentioned this in Crystal Sins. I didn't mention it in the video. Garnet tells Stevonnie, make sure you're good experience, now go have fun. And the first thing that comes to their minds is fucking running. I just want to run. That sounds like the most fun I can have tonight. I just want to fucking run. With bare feet. Like I don't have shoes on, I'm gonna go full sprint running on the grass and step on a fucking rock and, like, bleed out. I think if Stevonnie stepped on a rock and it, like, punctured through the skin and it hurt so much they would unfuse, I think they would. Running is peak experience? No, I hate running. I like cycling. I get the appeal in, like, go fast, the wind in your hair, but, like, I'd rather do it on a bicycle. Running and not peak. Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of fun things that are not running. I still think I'm still planning on getting a pilot's license. I think flying is one of the coolest things, like, ever. The fact that you can get in this machine and just, like, go really fast and suddenly you're, like, in the air and you're not falling, that's like the coolest fucking technology to me. Am I wrong? If you're 2 feet taller, what would be the first thing you do? I don't know. I'd, like, climb on something, you know? I'd, like, get into a tree and just start fucking climbing it because I'm tall as hell. I don't know. I'm already, like... I'm tall at that point. Like, a lot of the people... I work at a school. People know that by now because I've talked about it in videos. There's, like, 2 people that are taller than me at that school. One of them is a sixth grade teacher, and the other one is a principal. I'm like, I feel like I'm confidently tall enough. Like, I don't need to be 2 feet taller. Okay, here's the true answer. If I woke up and I was 2 feet taller, the first thing I would do is bash my head on my door frame because I would not notice it at first. If anyone has... I saw a lot of comments about that. It's that other... I can't remember who made it, but it was like something about Stevani's body, like the, not the fear of a body. What the hell was that video called? Someone in the chat tell me. Stevani's body, something allegory for, like, growing older and, like, suddenly becoming attractive or whatever. The horrors of a body, that's the one. I did watch that a while ago, before I made this video, and a lot of people were commenting about it, that it's like, oh, that's like the definitive, that's like what this episode is about. It's like, I disagree, because, like, the point of media is that everyone kind of has a different interpretation. There's no definitive, like, symbolism. There's no true answer. On the topic of flight, the video Cinema's Obsession with Flight offers insight that flight represents freedom from responsibility and being above the problems of the world. You'll learn in pilot training that that's like the opposite. Like, pilots have to abide by more rules than fucking anybody in, like, the rest of the world. Especially, like, airline pilots. There's so much that can go wrong with an airline pilot that you have to be, like, constantly evaluated. My interpretation is the correct one. Yes! Yes! That's the only true interpretation is your own. Not you specifically, chat member, but, like, the individual that is listening to my voice. Like, your interpretation of the world is the correct one. That also goes for everyone else. Like, you can't change other people's interpretations. Driving a car is difficult enough. Imagine adding a whole other dimension of movement. Driving a car is more terrifying than flying an airplane. And you know how I know that? Is because I did a discovery flight before I've ever driven a car. When I was 15, my dad knew someone who was a certified flight instructor. And he took me up to do a discovery flight, which is like a half hour of just like, hey, here's how all the instruments work. Here's how to do the fucking takeoff preparations and stuff. And then you go up and then they, like, let you take control of the plane for a little bit. That was much less terrifying than driving a fucking car in a mall parking lot. Like an empty mall parking lot with nothing you could crash into. Oh, okay, so we're worshipping Ancient Gumface now. Okay, so Ancient Gumface is the official, like, interpreter of everything. Why does Stevani not, like, go get shoes? I wouldn't want to be walking around in, like... There's probably, you know, this is the fucking warehouse. There's probably, like, heroin needles or, like, fentanyl. Like, you're gonna die walking around barefoot in a place like this. Glass shards, needles. The colors in this episode are amazing. I also want to look at that, like, the best shot. This is the best shot in the episode. Well, not the best shot. One of the best shots. Like, second best shot. I talked about, like, this previous running scene. This shot is immediately followed by this shot, which is, like, really flat and crappy looking. It's just the whiplash you get from, like, this really cool lighting and, like, this really cool shot composition. And then you go to, like, Stevani, like, not even... First of all, proportions are, like, weird. I don't know. They're doing the hand thing, almost. The lighting is immediately, like, the shading is gone, you know, it's weird. It's so fucking good for a second, and then they become a sim. You nailed it on the head. Jesus. Artist switch. Yeah, that's what I'm probably thinking. Well, like, the colors are different, too. Like, I don't think any of the colors match up to this... to the next shot. They're, like, way more red in the next shot. It's really strange. The eyes in this scene? Yeah, it's... Why is... I don't know. This like, bothered... This has always bothered me. Stevani looks high. Well, they can't be high because you didn't see them take any LSD. This is a rave. There's supposed to be LSD here. What? I mean, it's a Cartoon Network show, obviously, but there's got to be like a maybe that happened off screen, like right before they started dancing. They just did like a tab of acid. What's it? I don't know. I don't fucking do drugs. It's all about Molly. I thought it was all about, like, ketamine and fentanyl. This is the this is the bad trip. Stevani took acid, like, dropped acid right before this scene, and then this is where the fucking bad trip starts. That could also be, listen. That could also be an interpretation. It's symbolism. This is the bad trip. You're on the drug of being a fusion, and suddenly the trip turns bad. It would be weird if they took Crystal. Listen, I'm hoping that Lars of the Stars gets a mature rating. And they end up doing, like, alien drugs. I think alien drugs in any, like, sci-fi media is the most fucking ridiculous shit. And it's awesome. Why did everyone stop and stare at them? Because they showed them all up. Look at this nonsense that they do. It's like, whoa, this crazy fucking dancing that nobody else is... Everyone's just doing, like, the, you know, like, waving their arms around and this kind of shit. You know, standing in one place. And then Stevani's like, I'm gonna do a fucking Olympic, like, dance routine. Summer Olympics shit. They're like, whoa, you're really fucking good at that. Lars is gonna teach the universe how to party. Lars doesn't fucking know how to party. Are you joking me? Lars hasn't lived a day in his life, and then, like, before he could live, he died and became pink. It's Kevin time. Dude, Kevin is such a fucking goof. What a goofy character. I don't know how anyone can hate this guy, because he's just so goofy. You can't... No, like... I should rephrase that. I don't know how everyone, takes this character seriously enough to hate him. Kevin is just kind of boring. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Kevin shows up in like 3 episodes, right? He doesn't seem like that big of an, especially in this episode. He's not like a huge asshole. He just like hits on Stevani and kind of doesn't get it. He's a little pushy, but not an asshole, I think. People hated Uncle Grandpa more. I don't know. He's a douchebag in later episodes. He's not like a huge douchebag in this one. He calls everyone at the rave garbage people. Which, I mean, like, who isn't garbage people? Myself included. All that motherfucker said was good morning, and everyone hated him for it. Good morning! I did a really good Uncle Grandpa impression at one point. That was not bad. Or that was not good, rather. I don't know how he sounds. I feel like I gotta watch a bunch of Uncle Grandpa before I get to say Uncle, so I can, like, point out all the fucking Uncle Grandpa continuity. I'm not garbage people. That's the spirit. Nobody's garbage people. Everyone has a purpose on this earth. Some people just have not discovered it yet. What's the deal with them looking the same? What's the message behind that? I don't know if Angel... He was in the chat earlier. Angel, hello, hello, hello. If you're still here... He explained it the best, is that, since Stevani is a combination of, Steven and Connie in that order, if you reverse the order and put Connie before Steven, it would be Kevin. It would be Kevin. Get it? Get it? Get it? I think Angel pointed that out for the first time. Yeah, I should have said that in the video. I totally spaced on that. Stevani when they meet Kevin. I remember your response being, what the fuck? Yeah. And, like, I can't deny it. Like, there's no... That's exactly, first of all, that's exactly why his name is Kevin. That's exactly why they kind of made him like a masculine version of Stevani instead of more feminine-ish. He is a smug son of a bitch, and I kind of get his energy, but like his mannerisms are not good. Stevani, yeah, Stevani's like chill and cool, and Kevin is like high-strung. And kind of a dickhead. Kevin is a fusion. Kevin is the first human and human fusion. That's just like 2 regular humans. Wait, isn't that just like how children are made, kind of? Except the parents still exist? That's another interpretation of fusion, is like... It's like a child, and then the counterparts are like their parents. They have like their wisdom and stuff. I don't know. Kevin is a... What do you mean, with who? With whom, first of all? Kevin is a fusion between Chad and Brad. And they become Kevin. I still prefer Kevin from Ed and Nettie. Look at how purple Steven is in this. Like, not... Like, if you didn't take into account the lighting in this scene, and you just saw this frame of, like, Steven being turned into grape juice, you'd be like, what the hell is going on in this scene? Purple Steven versus pink Steven. Oh shit, it's Sabrina Raincompré from Miraculous Ladybug. This is grape juice, like diet grape soda Steven. He just drank too much, like, grape soda and turned purple. Listen, you can't talk about bingo because it's not a bingo because I wasn't the one who brought it up. I guess it's a character from the, I don't know. Listen, I can't defend Miraculous Ladybug because I know absolutely objectively that it is a bad show. But somehow I still like it. I enjoy it, and nothing will stop that. Nothing will stop that until it, like, jumps the shark or whatever. He did drink the Grimace Shake. I forgot the Grimace Shake was, like, a meme for the longest time. Just drink grape juice at that point, but that's more sugar than, like, regular grape soda. Why does Steven cry right here? Connie doesn't cry. What the hell? Listen, Miraculous Ladybug is like the one other like currently running show that I watch. Actually, the one currently running show at all that I watch. Because there's no like currently running cartoons that it really have my interest. I don't know. The glow sticks looks like pencils. Yeah, they kind of like glow sticks don't have like these white nubs, do they? That is weird. If I look at the like yellow ones, they kind of do look like pencils. That just straight up looks like a magic wand. He was crying from laughter. Yeah, this episode's awesome because it's like so open-ended. It's like, why is anything happening? And you just have to like rewatch it because it's like, what the fuck is happening in this? I gotta recommend, again, I mentioned it in the video. At the very end, like in the wrap up for this video, I mentioned No Country for Old Men being my my favorite movie of all time, and that movie ends in a not like similar vibe, but in a way that like everything is not wrapped up in a like neat little bow, and there's a lot left open to interpretation. It's a very it's not like capped off at the end. It's interesting. A pencil where both ends are erasers. That's, again, working at an elementary school, I get the opposite of that, where people, they pull the erasers off the other end, and then they sharpen both sides, so it's, like, pointy on both sides. It's really stupid. I don't know. Watch Owl House, Gravity Falls, Star Butterfly. Kipo is also cool. I talked about Kipo and Star on my channel a long time ago. I talked about Star versus the Forces of Evil when it was still like season 1. That was the first, no, that was the second like review that I did. That show made me angry at the end though. I did watch that one all the way through. But like all of the shows except for all of those ones that you just listed were not currently running. Those have all ended. I did talk about Kipo. I like Kipo. I should probably watch that one again because it's really good. What is this face? Ugh. What's wrong with their face? Everyone did that at least once. Yeah, I'm guilty of that. I sharpened both ends of the pencil at one point. Can you give Sweden lies? Yeah, can you tell us a fact that sounds like a fact, but is, like, it might not be true? That's my favorite kind of fact. Stop bullying Stevani. Listen, I'm not bullying them because I'm punching up because Stevani could beat my ass. We're probably the same height, probably not the same strength. Phineas and Ferb came back. That is true. That one I'll have to end up, Pirate Bay! Oh, what was that? Oh, that came out of nowhere. Damn, we don't get any Sweden lies. Unfortunate. Wait, hold on. I see this frame in the timeline. I gotta see it, like, for real. This must feel really fucking good to stretch like this. I feel like I need to do this right now. I gotta, like, wait. If I do this, if I mute the, or pause the music real quick. If I crack my back, can you guys hear this? Hold on. I don't know, my computer fan is running like crazy. Sweden's flag is green and red. That is very true. But everyone knows Sweden's flag. Like, that's not a, like... That's not like a fact. That's not like a... potentially lie fact. I don't know. We did get a Sweden lie though. That is quality. Oh, Sweetugal. It's the fusion of Sweden and Portugal. What if you could fuse two countries? United States and Canada. They'd be like a, I don't know. Would it be better? Would it be worse? Would, like, Canada's horrible economy drag down the rest of America or something? I don't know. I need to visit Canada. I know a few people there. I gotta visit there someday. I gotta visit the Epoch. It'd be fun. I've known the Epoch for, like 10 years almost. That's crazy to think about. Holy shit. I know that guy for fucking 10 years. Terrible economy? Yeah, $1 US is worth like 1.5 Canadian dollars. It's pretty bad. It's just Canada with guns and Trump. Yeah, but guns are like cool, like objectively. I know they like kill people, but guns are cool. There's this really goofy looking revolver. There's a like farm supply store that also has hunting stuff. They sell different firearms, and there was a fucking pistol, like revolver, that I wanted to get, and it looked like normal. It maybe like an old timey Winchester or something. Not Winchester. That's a rifle. Some kind of 6-shooter like pistol gun. But it had a really long, skinny barrel. It looked really goofy, and I wanted it. It was also like the cheapest gun in the case. Guns scare me, knives are better. I also have knives. I can go get one of my cool knives that I have. Hold on. I'm gonna go get a cool knife. Hold on. Watch this, chat. I have not. I used this recently to cut something, a sandwich or something. I have not washed it yet, but I'm gonna turn my camera on. Face reveal. It's the fucking okay. It's the same stupid. Did this? If I switch scenes and then no, it's still broken. Fuck. Never mind. I can't show you the cool knife that I have. Okay, I'm gonna go put this back before I fucking start swinging it around. Analytics jump scare? Yeah. I have to, like, restart OBS or something to... I gotta restart OBS to get the camera to work or some shit. I don't know what's going on. A plane in Sweden did not dive into the ground. That could be true, though, because, like, a lot of planes in Sweden probably didn't do that. Face reveal? Dude, I love saying face reveal every time I show my face on stream. Because there's always some people who have never seen my face. Because I pretty much only show it on stream. But yeah, face reveal. Sweden is the only country. Let's talk about the weird... I think the interpretation... Someone asked... Oh, the cat showed up. Hello, feline. If anyone's still taking the test, this feline's name is Steve. That's on record. That's been on record for a long time. Cat reveal? Well, the camera's not working. I've shown the cat before. This cat was, I had this cat before Steven Universe happened, so the name is unrelated. It's not Cat Steven. What type of cat? It's a fat orange cat. That's it. Well, the due date for the test is at the end of the month, and I'm gonna have to grade like fucking 500 essays, I'm realizing. Does Steve interact with the ducks ever? No, I've put them in the same place before, and then the cat just like kind of doesn't want to be there, and the ducks kind of don't care. Why is this like weirdly provocative? Or why is Pearl taking this like it's a fucking mating ritual? I own Garfield? Yeah, pretty much. Like, if you had a hyper-realistic Garfield, that's what he would look like. Why is she blushing? This is creepy. Foreshadowing sardonyx. Yeah, a little bit. They are not breaking the allegations. Yeah. I think the interpretation of fusion being sex... it's not a bad one because it can be applied in certain cases, like the sardonyx one. Yeah, of course, that's like it's probably a like sexual abuse allegory or something, some shit like that. I don't know nothing about that weird stuff. My phone's going off. I gotta make sure my phone notifications don't and I make sure it is on Do Not Disturb on my computer. Because my phone notifications pop up on my computer. Fusion is a representation of relationships, and sexual relationships are so... Yeah, sexual relationship is like a... Yeah, I don't know, you could be like fuck buddies, you know? That's a relationship, kind of. And anyone you've like met and like had a conversation with, you have some form of relationship with them. Maybe not a strong one, but you know. I wouldn't want to jam my phone into the sand, like, at all. Even though the speaker's up here. Like, you just got sand in your fucking charging port. This girl smiled at me once, so we're basically in love. Yeah. Yeah. You can believe that if you want. You know, the whatever, like, the cashier lady that, like, smiled to me and, like, her hands touched when she gave my change back. Whoa. Did they forget to pick the phone up after they fused? I believe they did. Also, this rope thing, whatever this thing tied around Connie's waist, like, just stops existing after they fuse. Because it's like, they fuse, it's not on the ground in any shot. I had to check this. It's not on the ground, and then in, at the fucking end, when they unfuse, it's not there. It's just, it just stopped existing. It just got, like, absorbed into their bodies and then just, like, digested or something. I don't know. I'm counting how many TVs Steven has lost. But, like, how many phones has he lost? I think he keeps the same phone, but, like, I don't know. Some say this phone's still been playing that song to this day. Do you think a phone has, like, gem batteries in it and it's just, like, infinitely powered? Oh, yeah, he did lose a phone in episode 4. That's right. How does Greg make so much money? He owns a car wash. Like, I don't know if people understand how large the profit margins on owning a, like, automated car wash is. It's like, it's insane profit margins. I'm gonna Google this. Hold on, we're looking this up. Especially if it's an automated car wash. A automated car wash can be upward of 75% profit margins. Holy shit. Does he own the car wash? He says he owns the car wash in Fusion Cuisine. Look how he makes money. He still lives in his van. Maybe that's why he has to live in his van, is because he has to keep buying fucking TVs and phones for Steven. I don't know why he didn't just build a fucking extra bedroom in that house, you know? I guess it's like a really tiny house. Sourcemaster does not have multiple subs from Sweden. Is that true? I can't tell where my subscribers are from. I wish I could. That would be neat. It would be neat if I could, like, go and, first of all, see a list of subscribers. I know people can, like, not have those public. But, like, have a flag next to people's names or something. That would be kind of cool. I like geography. I think geography is really fucking neat. Call this series Geography instead of Gemology. Also, I like how the dress, like, shirt moves. It's really, really cool. I'm just gonna let this scene play out for just a sec. Yeah, it's fucking, like, wavy and ripply and stuff. Like the sparkle effect. Is that the pink diamond or the rose quartz healing power? I don't believe that the healing power was discovered until the whole rebellion started. Because, like, they would have no reason to heal anything. So they'd be like... Then Rose Quartz would be like, man, I'm sad. I'm gonna cry for this gem that was, like, cracked because you're gonna fucking die. And then she cried onto the gemstone, and then it, like, healed. And she's like, whoa, I can heal. It seems like a reasonable, like, course of actions that could have happened. I saw this, on the topic of, like, why everyone stopped dancing during this scene, it does seem like a thing that does happen. Like, I saw this, post, I guess it was a 4chan screenshot or something. People, like, there was a fat guy at a club, and someone started, like, recording him and, like, pointing. It's like, haha, fat guy dancing, and then the fat guy was, like, upset about that. And then they found out who the fat guy was, and they gave him a fucking free entry to, or, like, free pass into the club or whatever. The dude with the beard looks like he's 40. Yeah, a little bit. I don't know any 20-year-olds who are built like this and have, like, a huge beard. Meanwhile, like, Buck and Jenny are 18 or something. He's a trucker. He looks like a trucker. I don't laugh at fat people. Like, I wouldn't have problems, like, if I knew someone fat, like, reminding them, hey, you should, like, pay attention to your health kind of stuff. But you don't point and laugh at a fat person. That's just rude as hell. This episode has unnamed characters in the lots. I talked about them. They're based on crew members. Let's look at some of them again. I don't know who any of them are because I didn't ever fucking pay attention to any of the to the crew people. I don't know. I knew Rebecca Sugar. I knew Ian JQ. I don't know if Ian JQ is this him? Is that Ian JQ? Is that? I think so, right? I don't know who this guy is. This guy's a fucking... Look how big this guy is. Like, just... Not fat, but, like, look at how massive he is. Just... He's tall and huge. Okay, in the background in a different shot, he's, like, way bigger. Yeah, look at him. Holy shit. He's a fucking, like... what do you call him? Andre the Giant looking... He looks like Captain Underpants, but emo. What the hell? You're right. The cat just finally left. Have you heard the new songs Rebecca Sugar released? I didn't really pay attention to, like, Rebecca Sugar's music, in all honesty. It's not my kind of jam, you know? Oh, I should mention, a couple days ago, I went to see The Longest Johns. You know, the sea shanty band. They're touring with this other group called, what do you call it? Home Free? They weren't as good. The Longest Johns, though, I like them. They just happen to be, like, playing a concert pretty close to me. And I'm like, man, if I could, like, pick any band to go see in concert, it would be them. And they just were like, yeah, we're here now. That's not a Sweden fact, or, like, fake Sweden fact. I did get mad for talking about breathable liquid a little bit. It wasn't not talking about it, but it was being spammed. That's what I was. I don't know. Maybe it's a disguised snursen. Yeah, it's like an anaconda snursen all coiled up in this, like, fat suit. Yeah, all these people look... Okay. All these people, except Steve and Connie, obviously, they look like they're in their 20s. This guy looks like he's, like, a 30-year-old trucker. And then this guy looks like he's a fucking, like, troll. I don't know who this is. You know, like the trolls from The Hobbit kind of thing. If this guy goes into the sunlight, he is turning to stone forever. Kind of thing. The short black one with lips. Yeah, it's Ian JQ. The fuck is the shirt design? Is it like... I don't know, is this a design or is this like a hole in the shirt? Well, I don't know, the hole wouldn't make that shape. It looks like just a big ass mushroom. I don't know, the lighting is weird. Okay. Mario 2 Poison Mushroom? Yeah, maybe. Okay, chat. We gotta switch episodes. I have 3 episodes I gotta cover. It's been an hour. I think I'm gonna switch on to Warp Tour in just a sec. So I'm gonna hit BRB, and I'm gonna use the can real quick before we switch episodes. I'll be right back. Chat room. I'm back. I am back for round 2. We're on Warp Tour. I'll do another, like, hour of Warp Tour, and then I'm gonna do, like, an hour of, frickin'... What do you call it? Oh, I found... Angel sent me that, that thing that I was talking about. Where he told me, like, Kevin... Let me find that image. First of all, let me get Blender set back up. I don't know if Angel's still here, but I'm gonna show that. I'm gonna show it where he like blew my mind being a fucking Kevin. Come on, man. Warp Tour was directed by the King of Sweden. Yeah. What's with the Sweden facts? Why Sweden specifically? Are you Swedish? Is that the deal? I could tell you some America facts. That America had, like, no government for the first, like, 15 years of its existence. Rather, the federal government initially had absolutely zero power. Look at this goat. First of all, let me get that video, the thing. What's the thing? Is it in my downloads? Where did it save to? Where the hell did it... Okay, I don't know where that went. Let me look. Let me look again. Where did it save? It saved to photos. Why is it not in my photos? Oh, it is in my photos. I'm just blind. Wait, did it not go? Huh? I just dragged an image in there twice. Oh, because I didn't... It's not called, like, JPEG or whatever. Is it a PNG? I don't fucking know, but Blender didn't recognize it because it wasn't an image. There we go. That's him telling me that, it's a very ridiculous thing, and I cannot dispute it. There's no disputing this. It's true. Who was Steven Jr.'s wife? Wait. Is this not the wife goat, and then this is the child goat? I think this is the wife goat. As far as... Because there's no horns, you know? This is the child goat. Am I wrong? Is that not how woman goats look? Women goats. Steven Jr. was the girl the whole time, despite having horns. Transgender goat revealed? Wow, Steven Universe was very, progressive, even back in 2015. Okay, this is like my favorite Pearl drawing in the whole show, genuinely. But wait! What is a woman goat? It's a woman. It's a goat that's a woman, or the other way around, a woman that is also a goat. Don't fucking bring up Undertale. I know people are gonna bring up fucking Undertale because it's fucking what's her name? It's from the beginning of the game. Goatess. The mom goat. What the fuck's the mom goat? I don't know. I don't really care. I'm notoriously the Undertale hater. I don't know how true that is because that video's like what, 8 years old now? Toriel, that's the one. What is a woman? What are we, Charlie Kirk? What's a woman? What's a woman? I don't know, I've never seen one. Huh? No, Charlie Kirk had kids, right? You know, say what you will about the guy, but like, man, fucking... He went too early, I think. No one deserves to die that way. because tutorial. Yeah, I think I've heard that before. The goat reproduced asexually. Okay. He reproduced by budding, like that, like SpongeBob. Can you reproduce by budding? Can ya? Can ya? Can ya? Name all 25 women. Shit. Cher, Jeanette McCurdy, Michelle Obama, Hatsune Miku. Shit, I don't know any more than that. Yeah, there's a lot of women. 25? I thought there was less than that. My mom. Okay, I have this weird gripe, and I've only talked to one person about this, who's the only person I'm ever able to level with on this kind of thing. Hold on. Let me find the frame. Why has Peridot got, like, a dumpy? Why is she, like, caked up? That's all I want to know. They gave her, like, a swimsuit outline for her outfit. It's weird. When she's, like, tall version, it's interesting. Dorito dot. Let's look at Peridot's design with the limb enhancers. Did anyone like get that Peridot wasn't tall as fuck initially? Cuz I guess I didn't when I was watching this for the first time, I didn't quite get that, like, I thought this was just like an advanced weird gem thing and not she wasn't, what do you call it? Okay, this is like the best. Oh. I guess I didn't realize that these were like not part of her body. I was like, oh, she's like a part robot or something. I don't know. I think that tricked them as well because Amethyst was like, ugh, there's bits of her all over or whatever. Okay, I don't, what was I gonna say? I was reading chat. I don't quite get the, like, Era 2 is, like, there's only one point where they ever mentioned Era 2 gems being, like, worse. Which I don't know about that. I think the idea is, well, they're smaller, sure. I wonder if Paradots just didn't exist before Era, like an Era 2 thing, before Pink Diamond bit the dust, so to speak. If were the Paradots that were made before that, were they larger? Or did they just, like, have better powers and stuff? Because I feel like if they were Paradots before, they should have known about the like metal powers, right? I think it's a case of reliance on technology that newer modern gems are not like in touch with their like real powers, you know? I think Peridot, like this specific Peridot, right, can do everything that a regular gem can, but just hasn't like unlocked because they're, first of all, she hasn't been around enough. Second of all, she's never been, like, trained in the ways of, like, summoning weapons and shit. She's a late bloomer kind of thing. It ain't super clear, yeah. I don't think it's like cut and dry as much as it is as people make it out to be. Wonder if the metal powers are more pronounced in Era 1 Paradots. Interesting. Never seen an Era 1 Peridot in the whole show, though, so I have a hard time believing that Era 1 Paradots even exist. Also, here's my headcanon for the whole Era 2 thing and gems being, like, stunted and kind of small. That corruption blast, all of the gems that they were cooking in the ground before all got, like, stunted when that happened. That's why Amethyst popped out. She was late, obviously, but she also was partly hit by that corruption thing, and it shrunk her. Same being with all the gems they were cooking on Homeworld. I think there was like not a visible wave. Like the corruption wave was directed one direction, but then like the rest of the energy or whatever went the other way. They're just like all over the universe, and all the gems that were cooking underground just fucking got turned into little babies. Okay. Where does she pull? She doesn't pull this out of her gem. Where the hell does she get this from? She's like, inside hair. Hair hammer space. We've seen an Era 1 Peridot in that one background character we saw in the movie. That Peridot was just as short as this Peridot, though. Maybe the eras have nothing to do with how big they are. Hammer space, yeah. Peridot's hair hides EMP grenade. Okay, I do want to look at the warp space as well. Look at how concerned she looks here. I'm going to have fun talking about Peridot. Peridot's like my second favorite. Sorry, I'm spoiling test answers, but you know. All of the test answers are available. Everyone could find these things out, but they're not, okay, I will say, I made the test intentionally bullshit because I thought it would be funny for the joke. I'm genuinely surprised that I'm getting, like, really seriously planned out essay answers. It's really fucking awesome, actually. But yeah, the question, a lot of the questions that I added are intentionally, like, bullshit. Like, nobody would know this. We'll go over closer to the end of the month. I'll close the subscriptions. Or if it hits, like, if the submissions hits, like, 200... I'm just gonna close it there because I don't want to have to grade that many essays. I didn't read, I just did like a paragraph. Okay, ideally that's what you would do, is just like maybe a couple sentences. I don't want to have to read pages and pages and pages of essays. The whole thing was a joke. The prize, however, is not, and the grading is not. I will be grading them on stream at some point, I think. Also, they fuck up how warp pads work in, like, in the movie and stuff. What was it? Yeah, in the movie, Steven just, he warps straight from, like, that TV station on Homeworld. Just straight into his bedroom, and that's like not how the warps work, right? Like, you need to use one of these, like, galaxy warps that can take you to another planet. And then use the local warps or whatever. That's established in this episode. And the warp space is established in this episode. I never noticed it. I was like, what are all these funny circles in here? And then you zoom in, and they're warp pads. They're like the opposite ends of the warp pads. It's really cool. Warps only do that in a movie budget. Oh, yeah, you're right. You don't want to read my thesis paper about your channel? I shouldn't say not really, but if you did write a thesis and got like a doctorate or like master's or whatever, a degree, like an analysis on an analysis. Media analysis. Yeah, all these circles are warp pads. I thought they were just like weird glowing dots, but this warp space has like walls. Like all these warp pads are like on the inside of this big spherical space. Welcome back, Vondel. If they're warping in a straight line to the other side, is there a point at which they need to flip over so they don't fall on their heads? Well, they do, but like magic, right? I don't know. Is it a hollow earth thing? I think it's a hollow geode. Remember the geode? I mentioned it. The fucking the freaking geode is the outside shell of the warp space, is what I've heard the headcanon. And I like to believe that. That seems like a fun theory to have. Like every planet that has warp pads on it has to have one of these, and maybe like the galaxy warps have like they'll have like a whole planet that's like a geode with fucking warp pads inside. Or like a moon that they hollowed out and turned into a warp like router. It's a router for warp pads. I don't know. It's the fact that it's a perfect sphere and that there's lightning when the tape wasn't on here. What would happen if they opened up? Then the warps would stop working, probably. How do they get these things? Magic, that's why. They warped there when it was open. Well, it wasn't fully open. It just had a crack in it. And all the fucking lightning energy or whatever was there. Did I put an extra video on Patreon to keep it ahead? No, because I didn't realize that a fucking episode would, I didn't realize it would release that day. So no, I didn't have a video ready for Patreon. But they will still get a video on Wednesday. However, YouTube will not get a video on Wednesday. Patreon schedule stays normal. YouTube schedule got weird, but will return to normal after after this Wednesday coming up. Nobody can be upset at me because you got 2 episodes in 1 week. Nobody ever gets 2 gemologies in 1 week. Except the patrons. If you like watch a gemology and decide I'm going to subscribe to the Patreon, then you get 2 gemologies. Like one time. I think Lars of the Stars will give us insight into the starts of the Gem Empire. I'm not going to say that the way you said it. I don't say Crooniverse because it's kind of goofy. Gempire. Ugh. It's weird. I do think that at least I hope that Lars of the Stars. I have very low expectations because when Future came out, I had really high expectations and then it disappointed me. So I'm being a little bit pessimistic about Lars of the Stars. There's a lot of things on my Lars of the Stars wish list, but I'm not like, oh, it'll have this. Because listen, all we have, and we've only had this since this is the only thing we've had since it was announced, is a title in like a 3-sentence synopsis. There's not enough like material to be speculating about. I dropped a pencil on my floor. That's what that noise was. I do hope that my biggest thing on the wish list is like pre-gem history, like who created the diamonds kind of stuff. That's pretty much it. That's the thing I want to know the most. Cause listen, Steven, hopefully they don't have a point of view rule. That's also, I don't want it to be like Lars's point of view or whatever. But, what was I gonna say? Shit, I lost it. Yeah, like who made the diamonds kind of thing. Okay, this is what I was gonna say, is that in Steven Universe, in this show, there's a trend of Steven not asking questions for some reason. So then they can have like they can organically show like reveal things instead of having Steven ask about his mom and stuff. But I feel like if they made Lars the main character, like, maybe he'd be a little bit different and decide to ask, like, hey, what's the deal with you guys? How did gems, like, how do they live forever? How did gems come about? Why can you not, like, make a child kind of things? So Lars is gonna ask a fucking question and we're gonna get an answer. There's a lot of like possible directions it could go. Look how angry he looks. He's sleepy and angry. He's cranky is what he is. You sound just like you do in your videos. That's because I use the same microphone, believe it or not. I'm at the same, I sit at this spot at this computer. What do you mean you sound just like you do in your... That's such a weird observation. I don't know. That's like... of all the things that has been said today on in the chat, that's like baffled me. I don't even know how to take that. It reminds me a previous stream a long time ago when I used to do Crystal Sins. Someone in the chat of one of my streams said, do the Crystal Sins voice. I'm like... I don't know what the Crystal Sins voice is because it's the same. It's just my voice. I'm not like doing a voice. Like tone or confidence? Well, I just write how I speak. That's just how. This is just how I speak, and I just like when I make a point. And I write it down for Gemology. I just write how I talk, you know? Can I do voices, though? I can. Will I? Maybe. Will I right now? Probably not. When will you wear wigs? What's that Elijah Wood video? Where the, like, fake interviewer is interviewing him and he says, will you wear wigs? Do you wear wigs? And then Elijah Wood just busts out laughing because it's the goofiest fucking interview you've ever seen. It's like a gag prank interview. It was pretty funny. What's the video? Hold on, I'm gonna find the video because I need to watch it now. I don't care if I get a fucking copyright claim. It's a funny fucking video. I gotta find it. One moment. Hold on. We're pausing this. Elijah, it's 30 seconds. Okay, this fucking video is a treasure.
In the photo shoots you do with Vogue magazine and Cosmopolitan and Entertainment Weekly, Time magazine, your hair changes dramatically from short to long. Do you wear wigs?
No, I do not.
Have you worn wigs?
No, I have not.
Will you wear wigs?
Maybe.
When will you wear wigs?
I fucking love this video. This is one of my favorite videos on like the entire internet. It's so good. When will you wear wigs? And he just like, I think he realizes at that point that he's being goofed on. He's being pranked. It's a prank interview. I couldn't. Yeah, I whoever. What do you call it? Whoever that guy was, whoever conducts those like prank interviews, is a fucking like legend at poker, probably. Just poker face. Elijah Wood, it wasn't English though. It was Elijah Wood is an American. I like Elijah Wood. I'm gonna talk about someday. One of the very first shows I ever reviewed, like 9-10 years ago, was Over the Garden Wall. And at the end of that video, nobody go watch that. That video is bad. At the end of that video, I was like, I'm gonna do a follow-up on this because there's a lot to talk about in this show. And then like 9 years passed and I never made a follow-up to my Over the Garden Wall video. So someday I'm gonna someday, maybe this year, I will do a follow-up to Over the Garden Wall and fulfill my promise to make a follow-up video to my first Over the Garden Wall video. British is a mindset? Yeah, I can see that. I feel like I can be very British coded sometimes. What's with the eyes being like huge in this episode? What's with that? Also, I like this frame. I guess Sweden is the joke. Who storyboarded it? That's a good question. Let's find out. Warp Tour storyboarded by these people. These guys. These goofy little children. The big eyes look cute. Yeah, I agree. I think Pearl looks cute more than any other character in this show. If that makes sense. Like they just make her look kind of like a cute goober kind of. Let me see. Most likely older than you, yes. This is... the amount of emotion in this face is insane. Would Source die if he ate chocolate? I don't know, we could find out. She does look terrified. I think that's exactly the fucking emotion they were trying to convey. Blue fried eggs. Yeah, it's like you food coloring to the egg yolks. I got some Reese's peanut butter cups in my cabinet. We can test if I die when I eat chocolate. Also, I had the volume turned way too high up after the Elijah Wood video. Yeah, there's that. What's that Germa video where it was a chat? It was someone in the chat who had a dream. Sorry, we're going like Inception, stream Inception here, where I'm talking about other people's stream chats. Someone had a dream that oh yeah, the Peep the Horror, where like you every time he showed the horror, it was like the funniest thing ever, but one viewer would die. And then one time when he showed the horror, he dropped dead on stream. And they left the stream running with his body just on camera for 3 days. Play the clip? Okay, I can do that. Yeah. Let me find it. I'm supposed to be talking about... I'm surprised it took me this long to derail during a Gemology stream. I derailed once when I talked about Elijah Wood, but I was pretty much on topic for like the whole hour that we were doing the Stevani episode. I'm gonna play one of the animated... Yeah, this guy. I like this guy. Korax makes really good animations. I want to see.
Okay. I'm just gonna read this. Had a dream last night. Germa became like a mainstream celebrity by pioneering a new type of stream where he would play a game like normal, but every once in a while he would let chat peep the horror and put this like red and black pulsating mass on screen. Kind of looked like an AI generated image. And the whole deal was
back when AI generated images looked like dog shit instead of like actually looking like real photos, you know?
Everyone who saw it thought it was the funniest thing they'd ever seen, but every time he'd show it, one viewer who saw it would die. It ended when he showed it on stream and dropped dead. The stream was left on for 72 hours to honor his memory. It was dead quiet with just his body and a slowly pulsating red mass on.
Everyone watching the Germa died on stream is just laughing hysterically because they're peeping the horror the whole time. That's how the lore goes. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna play the music again. I love that video. I love Germa. Germa, in terms of streamers, is one of my favorite, if not my all-time favorite. I don't really watch. I watch. I don't know. I don't watch streams live that much. I have recently, like over the summer, I watched a bunch. Main three that I ever watch is Germa, Vinesauce, and Simple Flips. I like Simple Flips. I like his personality. Can I get that frame of Pearl poking Steven in the face? Look at how fucking... Oh, I would hate this. I would punch her. I only know of Germa through cultural osmosis. That's how, like, prevalent he is. I'm surprised... Listen, that's shocking that you haven't heard him speak. I've been watching Germa since, like, 2011 when he made Team Fortress 2 videos. I'm an OG Germa watcher. Why does she look like an anime character here? It's just the eyes, I guess. She looks like a Dragon Ball. You know how they draw, like, what's her name? Bulma? Who's like the blonde woman? It's how they draw their eyes in that show. Germa veteran? Yeah. I've also never interacted with a Northern Lion stream. Vivzy pop type expression. Yeah. Android 18, that might be the one. Hold on. Yeah, that's the not Bulma. The hot android. This bitch. Yeah. Same kind of eye shape a little bit, maybe. Well, no. Now it's not like anything alike. I don't know. Vivzy Pop probably is more accurate. Like some has-been hotel shit. What's her name? Who's the main character? Charlie? Is that the one? Is Charlie the main character? I don't fucking remember. Also, I did mention on the topic of like indie animation. I watched that I talked about it on the last stream, but it's been like 2 weeks since I talked about this. It's the Knights of Guinevere. That pilot was really good, and I do want to see more of that. I've seen pilots that are bad though. Like when the what do you call it? When the goddamn like Digital Circus pilot came out, I hated that shit. I thought it was so dog shit. Like not dog shit, but I watched it. I'm like, there's no way they can make a show out of this because like you can't make a story out of this. Still haven't watched Knights of Guinevere yet. Yeah, it's really good. And I finally got to see some of the behind the scenes stuff, and I was vindicated when I saw that a lot of the what do you call it? Like a lot of the animation, it was 2D animated, but it was done on top of like 3D like blocked out characters kind of, which I noticed while I was watching it before I even like read in the credits that there were 3D people on the team. And then you saw some of the you see some of the like behind the scenes stuff, and there's like 3D characters. Rotoscoped? Yeah, a little bit. I think there are some shots where the characters are just straight up 3D, especially like distant shots where you can't really draw a very detailed character really fucking tiny. I think you spelled it correctly, actually. I need to get around to watching Knights of Guinevere, or however it's spelled. Yeah, I think you actually did spell it correctly. You can spell Guinevere. I don't know. I'm getting like Dark Souls flashbacks, where you had Gwen, or Gwyn, then you had Gwendolyn, then you had Guinevere. It's weird. Dark Souls and Elden Ring had that. What's the? There were a bunch of. There's a bunch of Elden Ring characters that had like really similar names, and it was a pain in the ass. They could have just drawn Lenny's like Steven Universe does. Yeah, but I think it's literally cheaper and easier to just do a distant shots in 3D. Also, someone said something about, it was in the test when I pointed out like, oh, Garnet has a gun, get down, you know, that joke. That Rebecca Sugar at one point went on record saying that like guns don't exist in the world. I don't think that's true, first of all, but second of all, that's not possible because look at this fucking thing. That's a fucking gun right there. You don't get you don't get this form factor unless like a firearm exists in this world. Yeah, howdy bang, Steven going pew pew, and then like a Whackerman Jr. or regular Whackerman rather, and it's where the guy goes, it's whacking time, and then the little fucking hot dog thing pops up and he has a gun pointed at you. There's fucking guns in this world. What are you talking about? I think, listen, it's a case of show writers and show creators being put on the spot during these fucking convention panels, and they gotta like answer a question really fast, and it's something they don't have like committed to memory, or like they don't have in their head, And it's something you gotta say, like, oh, for like a Cartoon Network show, it's probably bad press to say, yeah, we have guns in our world. If someone specifically asks, are there guns in Steven Universe, then I feel like the writers are going to be pressured to say no. Am I hallucinating there being guns in episodes? Dogcopter? Wait. Yeah, was there one during a dogcopter? Hold on, I'm looking this up. I'm just looking up guns in Steven Universe on fucking Google Images. Okay, maybe this is not the correct thing that I was looking for, but this is pretty funny. Alright. That's not what I was looking for, but this is pretty good. I do think Steven being a P90 is accurate. Absolutely not what I was looking for. Anyway, I'm gonna keep looking for this. One sec. In Ruby Rider, they also do finger guns. Yeah, there can't be... The universe... The, like, in-story world has firearms. We also saw, like, rockets and stuff, which is not technically a firearm. Because they're rocket-propelled and not, not, like, explosive-propelled. Oh, yeah. Fucking Vidalia had a shotgun. Oh, yeah, and Steven had a gun in Future. He had a Beretta. We all remember this, right? Yeah. This was in Future. Like, everyone remembers this. I forgot about that. This is when he got, like, really depressed. Okay, I'm gonna do a bad joke. He got really depressed and tried to suicide himself, but he can't because he heals too fast. Tasteful jokes only on this Gemology stream. Anyway. Well, you know what? If I can't solve problems by healing people, I'll solve all the problems by killing everyone. That's the good ending. No, that's not the good ending. That's the bad ending. That's when everyone stops liking Future. Steven Universe if it was on Wattpad. Yeah, this is some creepypasta stuff because it's like, oh, it's a lost episode where he, like, tries to kill himself, but he can't because he has healing powers and he keeps healing forever and there's just blood everywhere, and that's some Wattpad creepypasta shit. Someone write that. Every time someone in the chat brings up Steven after not surviving. The episode with Steven coming out of the TV and shooting me. Oh yeah, I gotta find the best comment. The comment of all time. That was on the fucking on the Warp Tour video. One sec. I gotta search for it real quick. This one. Episode 37, fun fact. There's a major animation error in this episode. Peridot is shown crushing a robonoid under her foot, but it should have been me! Why couldn't it have been me? It's the greatest fucking comment I've ever fucking seen on any Gemology. I swear to God. He's right, though. Anyway. Do we move on to the test, or do we keep looking at, like, a cool warp space? Those boots were probably heavy. I know! It would have been great! I don't know. My friend Carl, who has actually been on the stream ages ago, when that video came out, he fucking specifically like screenshotted and DM'd me that comment because he's like, this is the greatest fucking comment that has ever been left on any of your videos. There's a concerning amount of Peridot Rule 34. That's not concerning, that's just the internet. Welcome to the internet. I guess the concern is why is it Peridot and not like a different character that's like more conventionally attractive? It's the reason is because Peridot is a fan favorite. Find a character in any media that has no Rule 34. That's the whole point of it being a rule. It's just if this character exists, there is porn of them. That's how that works. There's plenty of Lapis Rule 34. Well, chat member, how do you know that? How are you aware of that? I'm joking. Everyone fucking knows all this shit. It's the internet. If you're not stumbling upon Rule 34 and or actively looking for it, you don't spend enough time on the internet. It's fine. It's nothing to be shamed of. Everyone jerks off. Like that book, everyone poops, but everyone comes, you know? I will say nothing about lapis lazuli that could get used against me in the future. Yeah, you can plead the fifth on porn, but denying it makes you look bad, and accepting it makes you look normal, I suppose. Also, I've decided that so on the topic of guns, I still have the gun tab open. A gem could not withstand a bullet. And I saw this post. It was a meme, rather, and it's like, it's talking about, like, how in, like, horror media or whatever, it's like, oh, this 3,000-year-old, like, demon creature, like, our human weapons and guns would not work against it. It's like, dude, this thing's 3,000 years old. Guns didn't exist then. Of course our fucking guns would work on it, because they're, like, it's a fucking gun. They didn't know this was gonna be a thing when they came back to attack Earth. 3,000 years from now. So I'm saying that a gun would totally work against a gem. I'm saying that a gem could not take a bullet. You could instantly poof a gem by shooting them. They'd get nuclear blasted. Yeah, I don't think any gem could withstand, like, modern-day human weapons. If gems existed in today's... Like, if they just... If gems specifically... I won't say any alien, but if gems showed up on Earth and were hostile, they would get fucking eviscerated. Sadie poofed one using a spear. That's the point I'm trying to make, is that, like... I put that thing, that clip of the fucking automated gun turret on the ship in that video, because I was like, how is it, if a gem gets killed by a spear like that, how's a gem gonna go up against a fucking, like, automated turret minigun, you know? You can't. Not magic spear. I'm sure humans were killing gems back in the day when they were invading. This frame is horrible, by the way. This is my, like, the grossest thing that they've ever done. Peridot gets crushed by a big-ass rock. Well, that's a Wile E. Coyote that's a fucking Roadrunner Wile E. Coyote episode. She's supposed to be cracked by a giant rock. I'm gonna have one huge gripe with that episode. Do I say it now? Do you guys want to hear... Do you guys want to wait for me to talk about that episode, or can I just say it now? Because I have something to say about that episode, because, man... I can say it, or I can wait. What's the consensus? Say it, don't say it. Get off this frame. I think I'll get off this frame first. We'll look at Garnet with oven mitts. It's funny. Say it now. Okay. So that episode, you know, what is it, Kindergarten Kid? I love Wile E. Coyote. I love Looney Tunes. I love Tom and Jerry. I love Wile E. Coyote type stuff. Those were... I think I grew up more with those kinds of shows than any kind of shit like this or SpongeBob or whatever. Tom and Jerry was my vibe back when I was a little child. And Wile E. Coyote, Roadrunner type stuff. And I get that it's an homage. I understand that. It's cool. They got a lot of the gags right, but you know what's different between those original classic cartoons and the episode that of Steven Universe that tries to pay homage to it, is that the fucking coyote doesn't yap the whole time. It's not constant chatter. That's what ruined it for me. Like, I think it's funny. I think it's a good episode, but, like, man, it's not a very good homage. Because, shit. I just wish they weren't fucking talking the whole time, you know? Listen, if I have rants, people are not gonna forget it by the time I talk to it. I think Garnet wears oven mitts just because that's what you do when you bake cookies. She's setting example. She's leading by example. I'm gonna leak this and ruin the show. No! My one segment that I'm gonna write for that episode in like 3 seasons from now. Oh yeah, I've had a lot of rants on stream before. Yeah, I don't even remember what I say, but I do have very passionate rants. It is endearing to see. First of all, wet Pearl. Pearl gets like soaked with something multiple times throughout this show, and I think it's funny when her hair goes down like that. And Garnet wearing oven mitts. The low quality amethyst. Mindful Education should have been the season 4 premiere instead of Kindergarten Kid. I don't know how to say that, or like, I feel like that one they had to reserve for the middle of the season because it had a guest animator and kind of stuff like that. Plus, I don't know, season 4 is very weak. Was it season? No. Season 4, right? Was Kindergarten Kid? I'm a little bit stupid. I have to go look that up. Yes, Kindergarten Kid. Season 4 is the weakest season of the whole show, I think. Like, let me think. What's a good... Okay, the zoo is neat. The zoo lasts like 3 episodes, though. 4 episodes. And then Mindful Education. That's pretty much all I can remember from that season. I mean, I remember all of it, but that's all I can remember that's good. The high points in season 4 are not as high as the high points in literally every other season. Is kind of what I'm getting at. Excuse me. I used to think the zoo was from season 1. What? Here Comes the Thought was the highlight of that episode, and then the rest is very forgettable. Wasn't that episode nominated for an Emmy? Just for the animation section in Here Comes the Thought? Maybe I should also say that season 5, in like all perfect honesty, is not a whole lot better than season 4. Like, of course, they have this grand arc at the end because they had to rush the ending instead of letting it breathe in its own season because of the wedding and all that. I think a lot of the Homeworld episodes were not enough. Season 5 have insane highs. Yeah, the highs in Season 5 were higher than any... Like, even the low points in Season 5 were better than most everything in Season 4. I feel like the zoo, looking back at the zoo arc, it's like, the stakes weren't, like, too high looking back because they like, solved that issue in, like, a day or two, you know? The first few episodes of Season 5 kind of sucked. Well, the trial is one of those first. The trial is the second episode of... That's one of my favorite episodes in the whole show. You'd put Season 4 over Season 5, all things considered? Oh, but there's a bad one in here. The Big Show. I didn't even know this was in... This is like absolute filler episode where Steven documents the fucking Sadie killer shit. It's like that... I don't even care at that point. Like, there's... Lars is in space. Why are we doing this shit? What song is this? I have no idea. What is it? Title DDDD. I don't know. It's a Kirby. It's a huge Kirby, like 5 hours of Kirby music. Okay, I feel like I've talked about... I've said a lot of... As much as I really want to about Warp Tour. I talked about the Geode, about Warp Space, about Peridot. I forgot how early Peridot shows up in the show. It's kind of neat. Every time I do a watch through of this show, I forget how like early Peridot is. I do want to get to the test because we're like 2 hours into the stream. Give me one moment to get the test up and open on Blender. Let me do this. Hold on. Also, we're finally going to get back to episodes being in order. Because I don't know if... I've talked about this before, but Warp Tour and Alone Together aired out of order. And all my files are messed up because a lot of my files are like 2 episodes per file. So I'm going to get back to normal with like episodes being properly synchronized. Okay. I was not planning on doing the test in this stream. And it might be hard to do a stream on next Saturday. Maybe I'll do some fucking essay grading on oh, this is the wrong screen. I'll do some essay grading on the stream next week, I guess. Look for waiting for things to happen while a disembodied voice talks. I am the disembodied voice. Weird to think that a lot of people, like over 10,000 people at this point, think of my voice as just being a voice and not like a guy. Where I'm like a real human person that can like look in the mirror and see themselves. But to most people in the world, or even most people who've seen my videos, don't know what I look like. Kind of neat, kind of weird, but can I? Well, no, my webcam is still fucked up. Am I secretly a duck? Well, no. Streamers aren't real people. Yeah, I wish Source Master was real. I wish Germa was real. I talked about Germa earlier. I feel like that's good. Okay, let's talk about fucking Moon Goddess. Someone said, like... Okay, I came up with the idea. It was quite literally on the spot. I was like, oh, the Moon Goddess is like the proto-gem. Like, whoever this is created gems. And someone in the comments said, like, oh, this could be White Diamond. I wonder if everyone who watches voice-only YouTubers also has an image of them in their mind. It's possible. I don't put a voice to a lot of people, but I feel like I am able to somewhat picture certain people. I guess I don't know. Well, I think back to Germa, but Germa like showed his face in his like second video or something like that. Listen, I like this frame. I don't know what it is about it. It's just he's got a lot of energy. I look a little different than I imagined, but I'm used to it. I feel like I need to get a haircut to look more as I sound. Is it weird that I listen back to my own videos and I don't like picture my own face? Is it weird that first of all, is it weird that I listen to my own videos? I feel like a lot of people hate their voices, and I'm like, I'm just fine with it. I think it's good. I'll put on like older Gemology videos while I like take a shower or something. I don't know. I just need something to listen to, and those are like always. I just have them fucking on my phone or whatever. No, it's not weird. I associate you with the color purple. Is that weird? No, I think purple is like... I would call purple like my aesthetic color. Purple seems pretty reasonable. Does Steven look like an old man when he's like drawn low res, low detail like this? I listen back to my stuff pretty regularly, yeah. So I just... have heard so many people talk about how they like hate their voice. Well, I also don't put my face in my videos. I just, if I put my face in these videos, it's like, well, the videos stop being about Steven Universe and start being more about me. Which I don't know if I want that. I like attention on me. Don't get me wrong. It's fun. A lot of people don't like being center of attention. I think being center of attention is kind of cool. Having 10,000 subscribers is really neat. But I still want the show. I still want Gemology to be about the show and not about me. The streams can be about me. I can talk about myself a lot during the streams. Slap a low-res JPEG of my face in the corner. I do have this picture. It's like a low... I don't know why it's a low-res of my own profile picture. Also, Von Dell in chat made this. Hold on. I think it was put through AI, but, you know. I still think it's good. We made it an emoji on the Discord server, and I think it works really well as an emoji. Let me see if I have do I have a photo of my own face on this? Can I just put like a really tiny fucking picture of me in the corner? I don't think I don't have any pictures of... Oh, here's a Half-Life scientist put through an AI filter. Why do I have these on my picture? Or in my pictures folder, rather. I'm gonna put one. I'll put one more. I'm just like scrolling through the random shit that I have saved on my computer. Also, there's a certain point where all my photos on my phone were being synced to my computer. One more. Then we'll actually talk about the test. Okay, that's enough of that. That's fine. Okay. I gotta post more random bullshit that I find on 4chan or Reddit or whatever. Yeah, it's hard to find. Listen, going on 4chan to find memes is like panning for gold in a sewer. Like you have to wade through shit. But, you know, some people end up flushing their fucking wedding ring down the toilet. You're gonna find some really quality stuff in there. But the rest of it is just absolute garbage. Okay, let's pause on the one frame where you can see the axe cutting through Steven. Actually, there's only 3 frames where you can see it. Let's see. See, it's like not cutting through him on the next frame, then not cutting through him. Like you can't tell because it's behind his arm. It was put through Adobe Illustrator, so it was a different kind of AI. Yeah, well, the Adobe... I've determined that the Adobe AI that's built into, like, Photoshop and all that stuff is, it's, like, ethical, because everyone who has contributed to the training had signed, like, a license agreement so they can use their photos. 4chan made the soy jack. I don't know. Is that true? Because, like, Wojak was from some, like, Finnish board, wasn't it? Or... Let's go on knowyourmeme.com. I don't usually do that. Soy boy face. Well, it just started when all the, like, you know, the soy people did... Yeah, in this frame, you can't even tell that this is cutting through him. It just started when people doing the face. Oh, no, it started on Reddit. The first drawing of a soy face was on Reddit. 4chan popularized a lot of stuff before it spread to the rest of the internet. I don't know if Adobe can be called ethical. Yeah, in terms of their business operations, no, but in terms of training AI, yes. At least they got legal permission to use all of the images that they used to train it. Infected? Yeah, it infected the internet. I still think the greatest meme of all time is Pepe the Frog. Pepe the Frog is the most versatile, like, image on the entire internet. You can edit Pepe doing literally anything. Everyone like knows who he is too. And some people still say that he's like a hate symbol, but like fucking everything can be a hate symbol if you have the wrong... If you get the wrong people using it. If it's popular enough... I'll phrase it this way. If it's popular enough, some fucking crazy people are gonna make it into something crazy, right? But the neo-Nazis use his likeness. Yeah, I knew someone would bring that up. Well, so do literally everyone on the internet. It's a case of... It's a case of it being so popular that everyone uses it. So yes, neo-Nazis did end up using it. The Pepe on the floor with the burger tray is my favorite pic. I know exactly the one you're talking about. This is it. Hold on. No, the nuggies. The copium Pepe, yeah. There's so it's like it's. I know the rare Pepe is like a meme in itself, but like the fact that there's just so many Pepes is incredible. Like you don't even have to make a Pepe. You can just find the correct one. I'm trying to find some more Pepes. Okay, I gotta stop though. We still have the test to talk about. It is one of the most tragic moments. What do you want, cat? Oh, it's like getting close to time that I feed the feline. Greetings from Spain. We got Swedish person in chat. We got Spanish person in chat. What else do we have? Who else? Where's everyone from? It's the Steve. Where did he go? He already left. Okay. Will I at the end read my Sweden universe plotline? Probably not. I'm gonna save all the essays for like a big ol' video. Portugal, Mexico, Italian, Italy, Poland. I'm gonna say Poland. Either Poland or India. I don't know. Pooland. Australia. New England, America. Unfortunately, listen. The worst thing about living in the United States is having to scroll to nearly the bottom of the list when you're picking a country on a website. And then accidentally clicking United Kingdom and having to do it over again. It's genuinely the worst part of of living in the United States, at least in my experience. Massachusetts. I am wondering, like, children growing up in Massachusetts. I feel like Massachusetts is the hardest state to spell. I can hardly spell it half the time. I wonder if people who grow up there and like go to school there are better at spelling it than me. Big pain always hitting Austria by mistake. Yeah, if you're in Australia or other way around. No, if you're in Austria, then it would be Österreich because it's German. So yeah, if you're in Austria, it wouldn't have that issue. But yeah, if you're in Australia and you accidentally click Austria, then yeah. It tells us how to spell Mississippi. I know how to spell Mississippi because I've always lived in a state near the Mississippi River. That is to say, either Iowa or Illinois. Sometimes I select UK English or US English. Is Mississippi hard to spell? No, I didn't think so either. Mississippi. It's a lot of double letters. You just have to remember the double letters, and it's a lot of I's. Opinion on Silk Song. I have no opinion because I haven't played it. I haven't not even played Hollow Knight, so I was no opinion. let me look at that the gem door opening. I do think that this segment talking about the test is going to be a little bit shorter because there's, well, the video itself was a little bit shorter too because I didn't have a ton to talk about. Other than like the thing that happened at the end. But the temple, first of all, I didn't bother pointing out the fact that like all three of the door sounds are combined, even though I like to point out the door sounds. Maybe when there's fusions opening doors, I'll point out the door sounds. Should play Save the Light on stream sometime. I said that I would at some point. I think I'll play Save the Light around the time, like, chronologically that it happens in the world. I don't know when that is specifically, but I'll end up playing it and then making, maybe trying to make a video on it, because it's canon, technically, right? Twitch the light? What? Would Stevani have their own room like Sardonyx? Probably not, I would have to guess. Because Connie doesn't have a room. They would just end up in Rose's room. How do you add a room to the temple? Like when Amethyst was born. Actually, the temple was probably built after Amethyst came along, I think. Save the Light is mid to late season 4? Really? Oh, yeah, okay. What would Obsidian's room look like? I don't know. I don't think Obsidian could fit inside a temple that is, like, as large as herself. I want to know who built the temple. Well, the statue was built by humans. That's been... We've decided that. Still headcanon level stuff, but it's most likely humans. The agreed hypothesis is that like when William Dewey landed in Delmarva, as it were, built the statue of Obsidian. At least the people who were like sailing there, I don't know. As a way to worship the giant goddess. Yeah. Because Obsidian did save their boat, or whatever. The temple is thousands of years old, though? No. What? No. When was... No, it wasn't. Pearl says that in a volleyball episode? What? Hold on, I'm looking up the transcript. That doesn't seem right. If that sounds like an error to me. Because if that's the case, then there's a lot of plot holes. Let's look at the freaking transcript. I'm verifying. Transcript. No. They don't mention the temple at all in this episode. I don't know what you're on. We don't have a specific date for the temple's creation, do we? No. I assume the temple at least predates Amethyst. I don't think that's the case, though, because Amethyst has a room. Let's look at the door again. Like, they would have had to, like, reconstruct it or something. Some magic bullshit to, like, give Amethyst a room, you know? Maybe it was like a hollowed out, like, cave, and then they built the actual, like, magic pocket dimension after Amethyst came around? I don't know. Amethyst is like 5,000 years old. So yeah, the temple could have been around for 1,000 years or whatever. More, yeah, like 5,000 years, that sounds reasonable. Because the war is, they keep saying 6,000 years. Give or take. Google AI says she's only 500. Well, that's Google AI. That's like worse than Google from 2005. Yeah, if it's the temple, like the door perhaps was built 5,000 years ago, but the actual statue around it was built way after that. Google AI says the temple doesn't exist. Exactly. Beach Party Pearl said the temple has been there for thousands of years. Yeah, that's... I thought you meant Volleyball, the episode in Future. Like the episode titled Volleyball. I don't trust the wiki on facts. I trust it for the transcripts because the transcripts are literally like just straight up transcripts. There's no muddled data or anything in there, but I feel like a lot of the wiki editors like inject their fan fictions into some of the articles. It's not the case for every article and every wiki editor and every episode, but it's like, man, there's some real nonsense on that website. Interpretation? Yeah, but the wiki is not a place for interpretation. The wiki is a place for facts. Facts and logic. Yeah, I mean thousands of years, not the statue. The statue, when I say it's temple, I mean the inside, like the door and whatever else is inside. If I say the statue is there for fucking maybe a couple hundred years. That's why there's usually 2 wikis. We gotta make, I said this, I said I would pay for it, a fucking separate Steven Universe wiki that's like, not hosted on fandom.com because fandom.com is fucking awful. I said I would pay for it if I could find someone who wants to be like admin, who's like experienced in administrating a wiki. I'll just steal someone from the fandom wiki. She's got a gun. She's got a gun. Get down. I thought you were joking. No, I hate the fandom wiki and I want to, if nobody else is going to make a like StevenUniverseWiki.com or whatever, I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna at least make it and like host it and pay for hosting. But whenever the like master patron role, if anyone decides to do the master tier of patronage, then that some of that money will probably go toward like hosting a wiki. I don't know. Every show deserves a good wiki off of fandom. I don't know. The barrier to entry to make a wiki is like really low. Like the software that runs wikipedia.org is like free to download. You can just download that and put it on a shitbox computer and just there you go. You have a wiki. I've done that before. I know how to set that up. I'm saying I could do it. I have the tools. But I'm not going to take charge of administrating the whole thing because that sounds... I'm already doing a whole series that's basically... The idea is turn the fucking thing into a, like, episode analysis. Oh, I can't move that text. Never mind. The joke is done. Go back to the pearl face? Wait, what pearl face? You can't do this to me. If anyone's here on the, or like has like knows anyone on the wiki team, the Steven Universe wiki team, point them in my direction, because I wanna get that dang old wiki off of. You can actually just export fandom articles onto another website. That's like a thing they have. There's like an export feature. The one where Steven says that's exactly what a test is. Oh, this one. Okay, here we go. Pearl does get good faces. Okay, Pearl gets the best faces. Amethyst gets the best line reads. And Garnet gets the best... singing parts. There we go. There's some talented motherfuckers in that community. In the Sonic community, yeah, those guys are nuts. It's I don't know what it is about Sonic and like autism, like why and a crowd of people with autism are drawn to Sonic, but man, does it make for some good art. And crazy like fan games and stuff. If your hyper focus, if you have autism and your hyper focus is Sonic, you could have gotten a lot worse. However, you could have also done a lot better. You could have been like a fucking engineer, like a NASA engineer or whatever. I don't know. Rose needed more songs. Rose Quartz only got one song, and I'm still mad about that. They didn't even get her to do the fucking in the movie where who was it? Fucking Spinell is singing about like in the garden or whatever. They didn't get her voice actress back to like do the Pink Diamond parts, which is fucking blows, dude. I don't know. Kind of lame. Susan Egan. She was so underused. She was probably expensive or something, I guess. Shay, you know what I have behind me? Check this shit. Ah. Hell yeah. pretty neat. Wait, let me pause the music and then do some random strumming. It's weird to have just me doing the music at this point instead of I used to know Wonderwall. I gotta look up those chords. I used to know Wonderwall on the guitar, which I also have behind me. I could do Horse with No Name, which only has fucking 2 chords. Let me get the guitar. Hold on. They're also in tune. I was just playing them earlier today. Oh, guitar time. It's hanging up on my wall behind me. Check this shit. Chat. It's a guitar. Ah, hold on. I'm not as good as with guitar as I am with the ukulele. Also, I have fat fingers, and it, like, touches the frickin'... They touch other strings while I'm trying to play. Also, what do you call it? Free Fallin' by Tom Petty. Wait. No, that's not right. What the hell? Ew, what is that? No, that string's out of tune. Let me listen to that again. Hold on. It doesn't sound right. I gotta tune this shit. We're tuning this live, chat. James Baxter the Horse. Oh yeah, that Adventure Time episode. We're tuning this shit. Wait, I can do this by ear, I think. If I have the low E tuned. Ugh, that's it. That's the one. Okay. There we go. I don't even know what. I don't remember Wonderwall, man. It's one of the chords is this. Wait. I'm No, that's not. It's the whole guitar's out of tune. It's throwing off my frickin' my jam. Also, I'm not a guitar player, not at least not professionally. I have a friend who's a musician. He has like a master's degree in like music education. I should have him on and discuss like music theory in Steven Universe. I think it would be fun. I'll stick with the 3 buttons on my trumpet. Yeah, he plays trombone, which is like even less buttons. Listen, I learned Horse with No Name like 2 days ago. Wait. I'm gonna listen to a low E. Hold on, what's an E sound like? Give me a tuner. Give me a E. Wait. I have a tuner right here. No, I don't know, dude. This freaking... Okay. It started working as soon as I clicked off. Tone generator. Hell yeah. Sorry, I'm not, like, reading chat. Give me the E. Someone in chat, give me an E. Sing an E for me on key. There we go. Sorry, this is probably awful to listen to. Okay. This is still... There we go. I'm usually good at doing it by ear, but I don't know. Okay, we're bringing back the Kirby music, I think. I'm gonna put the guitar back. Stairway to Heaven? What's the song that's banned from, like, if you start playing it on... Is Stairway... No, what's the one that's, like, from Wayne's World that's, like, banned in guitar shops? Like, you're not allowed to play. I don't fucking remember. I never watched Wayne's World. Look at his eyeballs are popping out of his head. Smoke. Oh, no Stairway. Okay. It is Stairway that's not allowed. And then it's like a joke that like real guitar stores are not. I think it started with that movie. I mean, that movie like perpetuated it where that's like an easy song that people learn. And then they go to guitar shops and they say like, oh, I'm going to try this guitar. And then they start playing Stairway to Heaven. And that movie kind of like popularized that like that's the song that people test guitars with. And then people just started doing it more because of like, haha, I'm going to play Stairway to Heaven in the guitar shops. And then it just like, it's like, it basically fucking, like Streisand affected that song in what do you call it? In the real world. In every guitar shop across the nation from sea to shining sea. Have you seen the movie Food Fight? No, but I was actually thinking about that like a couple weeks ago. I was like, man, I should watch Food Fight someday. I would love to own a DVD of that movie if I can ever find one. I'm not gonna like order one. All of my DVDs that I own are from like secondhand stores, which I think is fun because it's like finding a hidden fucking secret. If I ever see a copy of Food Fight in a like Goodwill or whatever, I'm definitely buying it. You're blinking manually on every guitar shop. By the way, chat, you're blinking manually. Your tongue doesn't feel comfortable in your mouth. You lost the game. You're also breathing manually. What else? Your lips are dry, but don't lick them now. Don't lick them now. You don't like I see you with those dry ass lips. No, I refuse. Torture. Yeah. I am the evil YouTuber. Also, relax your shoulders. For real, dude. Like, you're all tense. Your shoulders, you got tension in your body for no reason. Relax. I don't have a lot to talk about for this episode. I feel bad about that. But I feel like I've said everything that can be said about this episode. That the ending is like... A lot of people talked about the ending being like the first time where Steven has to like take the high ground and like sacrifice his own emotions for other people's emotions. Which, yeah, it's kind of what this is getting at. Your toes don't fit right. I haven't heard that one before, but I'll tell you why. It's because you're wearing shoes that are way too narrow for your feet. It's true. If you wear no shoes for like a month or like a wider shoe, your foot will start going back to normal, which is to say that your joints and your bones will spread back out. They make these like big. I think I've talked about. I end up talking about feet more often than I expect to on these streams, but in a previous stream I talked about those shoes that are like really wide in the front to allow your feet to be like a natural shape. That's why people have like arthritis problems in their feet as well. My feet are large. I wear a fucking like a 12 wide or 11 wide, I can't remember. Should I just put my feet on Wiki Feet so then it's like not a big deal when they show up on stream inevitably? I feel like I end up talking about just any body part because it's like I'm looking at animation and there's always going to be a weird segment that it's like something's going to be drawn funny. Yeah, her eye is huge. Like, where's her other eye in this one? This is what her eye looked like when her gem was cracked. Yeah, my feet are not that long. Like, if you squashed my toe, the toe of my shoe, you would probably not hit my real toes because my feet are just that fucking wide. You need more surreal stuff like that in cartoons. You gotta watch Adventure Time, man. That show is full of surreal shit. Favorite episode of Adventure Time? I've never watched Adventure Time front to back, but I feel like I've seen every episode. I probably haven't, but I feel like I've seen them all. Favorite episode of Adventure Time was the Hall of Egress. And that episode has a lot of that, like, kind of boundary break shit. Not a lot, but it's like, it kind of feels like that, but it's very surreal. The best Adventure Time episodes are the philosophical ones that are like, that's why Jake the Brick won instead of Lion 3 the movie, or straight to video. Oh yeah, the Dentist Adventure Time episode is kind of neat. Jake the Brick goes pretty hard. Yeah, I don't think it goes as hard as Lion 3 straight to video. However, I can see why it was a better contender for an Emmy, because like you don't have to know those characters to like understand that episode, but to understand Lion 3, you gotta like do your homework and like understand who Steven is and who Rose Quartz is and all, and why it matters. You gotta go dentist. I think I'm overdue for a dental cleaning. I need to do that sometime soon. Hopefully I'm fine, because I didn't have dental insurance for a long time. I mistreated my teeth for like a couple years, and I had like 4 cavities. And I got them all drilled and filled. And then I've been brushing my teeth daily since then, which has been nice. And flossing. Flossing way more than I ever flossed in my life. Dental plan. Lisa needs braces. The pick in the time bar looks like Steven just picked his nose. Did I? Oh yeah, this one? I can make it bigger. Oh, that ruined it. Because the timeline like changes. Never mind. Yeah, it looks in the little tiny thumbnail. It looks like he's picking his nose, but it's just he's covering his mouth. All right, chat room. It's getting to that point where I'm getting kind of freaking hungry, or perhaps hungry, or perhaps Hungary. No, I'm not hungry, but I am getting... I need food in my body, I think. And we've covered all 3 episodes. I think I've run out of things to say about the test at this point. Of the test. I'm going to probably close submissions if I get... If it ends up being like 300 submissions, I'm going to fucking close it before it gets too many. And I'm going to go to... Audi Quattro. I gotta do donut review on the next stream. I think I'm gonna go get a donut next stream and bring it in for review. I talked about the donut place that's near me. We showed some of that on stream last time, and I decided I think donut review would be fun to do. And then I realized, or I mentioned this to my mom, because believe it or not, my mom watches Gemology and she talks to me about it sometimes. So if you guys are commenting, she also reads the comments. So don't comment anything mean about my mom, okay? You're only allowed to say nice things about her. But she also told me about like another donut place that I've never been to that's nearby, and I gotta try that one at some point. I'm gonna exhaust the supply of donuts from one restaurant and then go to another restaurant. And by the time I get through that restaurant, there will be a third restaurant that opens up. She comments in the stream. No, I don't think she ever comments, but I actually don't know if she watches the streams, because she just watches the videos whenever she feels like it. I don't know. Get the dog nut. If I go to Hertz Donut and I ask them to make a dog nut, they'll probably, like, kick me out. The donut thing made me hungry. I'm going to do donut review next stream, I promise. What donut do I start with? What? If anyone remembers that stream, the previous one, what donut do I start with? I'm going to start with maybe something plain and then, like, go crazy from there going forward. No one ever made one about the nut dog. Yeah. I'm looking at their fucking menu again to see. What do I get? What do I get? What do I get? The Fruit Loops one? Maybe. I think what do you call it? The fucking cereal ones are going to be like way too crazy. I gotta find out which kind that was. I'll see when I get there. I'll see. Well, I'll do the Fruit Loops one. I think that would be fun to do donut review. I still think it would be funny if this ball just like came and hit Steven and just bowled him over like a bowling pin. That would have made for a funnier episode. Okay. Chat, I'm getting hungry talking about donuts. I'm gonna go eat some dinner. So good night, everybody. That's been the stream. We will do another one next week, and I don't know what we will do it about. Okay, bye, chat.